Hey y'all, welcome to the Clock Tower. I'm Colton here with Brandon, and it's finally here. The Holy Grail War, featuring all of the interesting cards and decks from all of the Fate Stay Night Weiss sets in English. It took a lot to get here, a lot of recording, and a lot of editing, some of which still needs to be done, but we're here, and we're ready to start. We're doing this preview to kind of set the stage, show what this tournament's all about, and what you can expect to see here over the next 9 days as we talk about basically everything that Fate has to offer.
We wanted to shout out our tournament organizer for helping us to inspire this rendition of the Holy Grail War. He approached us about it and kind of looking at what we were looking at for Fate and working together help inspire this setting.
So yeah, special thanks to him and to everybody else who has been watching for the past year and a half. We're pretty excited about this project and we think it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's get to it. Basically how this works, it is an 8-deck showcase tournament. This is less competitive than it is about being a showcase. So the decks themselves are constructed around flavor over meta relevance. We tried to build the decks around character interactions that are from the original series, Masters and Servants in particular, trying to keep that stuff together because in a lot of ways, the cards are designed with those character interactions in mind. We tried to build around that as much as possible. Tried not to metagame into what this format might hold as much as possible. Tried to focus on the combos and the characters that are designed to be played together as much as possible. In terms of the tournament structure, 8 decks in a single elimination bracket. Last one standing is the winner of the Holy Grail. The 4 decks that lose in the first round are going to play each other in a couple of more or less side matches. I guess you could say it's for the Lesser Grail if you want to, but they're going to play each other so that every deck that we build for this event is going to get at least 2 opportunities to be seen. So let's get into those decks specifically. And the first one that we're going to talk about is the one that has been carrying the torch for Fate in the past several tournaments. It's 8-bar green featuring Sakura and Ryder.
With this Sakura list, we actually wanted to use a little bit more of a kind of control to kind of put into perspective where some of these power levels lie, where some of the potential that Fate has can really shine through, and something to be able to compare against with stuff that most people would be somewhat familiar with. So we actually went with Matt's list from the WSI to kind of highlight Sakura, since it fit really well into the theme of Sakura. Sakura level 1, both the combo and kind of the off level 1 with the Sakura bombs, as well as leading into then the Rider level 3, fits really well canonically with Sakura. So with the Sakura level 1, it's the on reverse search, being able to help thin that deck, get the pieces you need. The Sakura bombs being able to help salvage, getting rid of the bar climaxes that come into hand, leading into Rider level 3 combo, negating frontal attacks, neg soul wall, allowing that on-play heal to help survive and be able to close out in a 2-turn endgame.
The next deck features a lot of new stuff. It's the Saber deck. Level 1 shot combo from Heaven's Feel 1. On reverse, top check 4, add 1. It also has rolling power, so every time it gets a reverse, it adds power to the next one. Top end is the new level 3 Saber from Heaven's Feel 2 on the choice. On attack, pitch 3 characters from hand to give another character. On cancel, burn 3. It pairs with the Shirou that salvages the climax to board and pumps soul to help guarantee that cancel so that the cancel burns go off. It's fun. I don't know how viable it is. It's definitely more hit or miss. It's not as consistent because, it's burning for pretty big numbers. It also runs the level 2 Saber because it uses the same Excalibur climax that the level 3 game uses. So you can use that level 2 Saber with the new Excalibur climax to take a climax out of your opponent's deck and put it into memory, which hopefully decompresses the opponent enough so that the big swing cancels and the cancel burns stick and close the game. It's a big swing. It's an aggressive deck, but it's a lot of fun, and I think it's interesting.
Next up, we wanted to focus in on here with the caster kind of slash assassin combination that happens within the series. Kind of starting off with the assassin level 1 combo from Heaven's Feel 1, where it's an on reverse pay 1 search for a blue character, add it to hand. Combining that with some of the other caster pieces that really blend really well together, being the comboless restander at the top, as well as the caster level 2 climax ditch to rest one of your opponent's characters and then burn for the amount of soul that that character has. It can combine together to really help close out your opponents very precisely, help deal specific and small instances of damage to effectively close out your opponent. Caster has a lot of pieces that help to move through your deck as well as play really nice with itself. It really highlights caster pretty effectively, as well as coming up with a really interesting deck.
Next is the update to the Reen Archer deck. Mostly red, level 1 combo on a salvage. It's a cigarettes combo, mill 2, salvage, equal to the level of the 2 cards milled. Level 3, also on a salvage. On attack, pay 1, burn 1, power pump. A lot of consistency in this deck. It's very event friendly. It plays the level 3 pay 1 event that adds 4 soul to your opponent's attacking character, basically denying vanilla swing damage. It also plays the 2/1 free refresh draw. A lot of master-centric, a lot of Reen-centric tech, a lot of really good cards at level 1. There's an Amagi that's really good. There's an on-play pay 1, pitch 1 that digs for any card, including climaxes. A lot of plussing pieces. It doesn't have a dominant top end, but if it can hold itself together defensively with a 3/1 event, the idea is that it can outlast an opponent defensively and then close with that burn combo in a 2-turn endgame.
So as we kind of look at this next deck, looking at Dark Sakura, looking at some of the different kind of new pieces that are brought into Heaven's Feel 2 with this idea of kind of the corrupted grail. Level 1 is really where this deck takes off. So you have this back row Sakura spawner that changes servant characters on field into these altar characters, namely Saber altar here at level 1 and kind of Berserker altar here at level 2. With this ability to change out servant characters into these altar characters, it allows you to be able to be a little bit more flexible with what kind of cards you have in hand and on field. So we also kind of pair this with the level 1 Sakura combo. With the top end, we run in the Sakura Icy Tail. We wanted to highlight that pretty destructive endgame potential throughout this Holy Grail and seeing the potential power that this card has.
Next is the Ilya Berserker Blue deck. Runs the Pants level 1 and the Book level 3. The level 1 Ilya combo, on attack, if your stock has 5 or fewer cards, look it up to 4, add 1. The top end is the level 3 Ilya Berserker. Gains power, mills 5 from your deck, and burns X, X equal to the number of climaxes. It also runs the early play stock heal. It's mostly about consistency. A lot of consistency pieces here. Bonders to the level 1 combo. It's on Book Pants, so the Pants helps get the level 3 combo together. Obviously, the famous level 0 Azusa is a 4 of in a lot of decks, but especially this one. It's consistent, and it has a pretty powerful top end. It's probably the best Fate deck that we don't talk about. It doesn't get a whole lot of attention because it's not very flashy, it doesn't splash, but it's very interesting, consistently powerful, and it deserves more attention than it's gotten.
Next up, we wanted a deck that focused around Kirei Kotomine. Worth noting that this deck is really focused around the level 3 kind of restand combo that comes out with Heaven's Feel 2. Being able to, at the end of the card's attack, pay 3, restand that card, and then at the beginning of the encore step, it goes into waiting room. So it has a shelf life with how long that this restand can last, but pay 3 restand versus a pay 4 ditch 2, definitely cheaper. On play heal, so trying to help you survive a little bit longer that way. Progress the game to get to this point. We have run with this level 1 event bonder that gets this event that you get to be able to put into memory to gain power cross field. That way your board is slowly getting bigger and bigger, tougher and tougher to get reverses on, to be able to beat over, to help save hand size later in the game, to be able to help react and get this level 3 endgame in place.
And then finally, of course, we have to talk about Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is an odd deck. It plays a defensive level 3 top end that pitches the climax combo out of hand so that An opponent cannot use climax combos on their turn. It also has a burn climax combo at level 2. It's very, very aggressive. Not as focused on plussing, but if it goes off, if it triggers its 2 souls, and can stick its extra soul damage that it's constantly trying to pump, it's very dangerous because when it gets going, especially in the early game, if it can push an opponent, force them to refresh poorly, it has a chance to close in the back half of a game. So those are the decks. Now for the bracket. These are the first round matchups that we're going to be playing over the next 4 days. Tomorrow we're going to have Saber versus Sakura Rider. Then we're going to have Reen versus Caster. Dark Sakura taking on Ilya Berserker. And then Kirei Kotamine versus Gilgamesh, which seems appropriate for that final first round matchup. The winners of these games will move on to the second round, where they will play on days 5 and 6. Then on days 7 and 8, the 4 losers from the first round will play each other, just so they get an additional game in so that we can see more of what they have to offer. And then on day 9, we will play the final match. The winner will bring home the Holy Grail, because that's how this works.
So we're looking forward to it. Those start tomorrow with Sakura Saber. We hope you join us for the ride.
So yeah, that's what the Holy Grail looks like. A game every day for the next 9 days. Please join us for all of it. There will be a new upload every single day. Please like this video, share it, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss any of the games over the next several days. And until tomorrow, have a good one.
We'll see you then.